Hello, Star Lovelies. It's a great time to be a soul. Today we're talking about this week's star forecast is all the lift that we have in this first week of April. It's like, thank goodness, it's been heavy. It's been way too heavy for way too long. And so as that Neptune and Aries drags us into this final week, we have clarity for the first time. We've got this support coming from the cosmos. Like, when I look at the charts, it's all blue, which it's not never all blue, but very rarely is it all blue. So we've got a beautiful energy that the only thing that's creating complication is our own healing, but we have energy for that. So that feels really, really good. So we can let go of things that don't belong to us. Hallelujah. And as the moon is waxing, it's not really a time when you think about letting go, but we have retrograde still. We still have Venus retrograde. We still have Mercury retrograde. And we have that pressurized power between Mars and Pluto that's coming at the end of this month. So it's okay to be thinking about shedding, even though we're in the waxing cycle. And I'll be honest with you, this is the first week that we can start looking at those people that have ghosted us, looking at those people that said yes in December, looking at those people that have said, hey, you know what? It's almost time, and doing that connection, doing that outreach and sparking the interest. This isn't necessarily asking for the sale. It could be, depending on where you are in the cycle. But if these people have gotten swept up in the morass of suspension and stuckness over the last 3 or 4 months, then it's going to be an initiating, like, hey, been thinking about you, that type of outreach. And that feels really, really good. All that's super supported. Now, when we go into the intuitive success signatures, I'm not forgetting that we still have that beautiful intuitive realm with the sun just having been in Pisces and with the retrograde still here. So I'm going to be dragging that energy in a little bit further as we get that clarity. Things will become easier for you. And setting up intuitive routines are going to be much easier to do in the back half of April and in all of May. So hooray for that, right? Because in this new era, it's intuitive decision-making, intuitive collaboration, intuitive sales, like everything. I could put the word intuitive in front of everything business. I could put the word soul in front of it too. So they're same thing. So if you haven't taken that 12-question quiz yet, go ahead to your starmaptosuccess.com and get your result, and then come back here and look and listen to these pieces of information for you, because this stirring is really supportive, because we've got this big, huge star configuration happening on the 4th between Saturn and Uranus. And this is where you get to the position of lasting change and that discipline of your spirituality. Hoorah! So for the wise strategist, you are naturally a sage. I know I've been talking about this a lot. I know I've said it in my blog. I know I said it in my forecast for April. I know I've said it in my, some of the special podcast episodes for you in that Soul Whispers playlist. However, it bears repeating because this is relatively new and relatively uncomfortable. So for you, combine logic with your instinct. For the intuitive visionary, you're an oracle, so combine that getting the downloads of information with the discernment to parse out what is yours. With you, Collaborative Explorer, your antennas are always out for other people. Use these retrogrades, like literally these last 12 days of retrogrades that we have, all of this week and half of next week, to be able to take those sensors and really, with that clarity, put you in the center role of yourself and see yourself as the universe sees you, which is magnificent. For you, ruling warrior, you're always an innovator. You're always going to be on that precipice of the leading edge. Really own the leading edge of the new era and accept that intuition and spirituality and that influence that is somewhat amorphous is part of it. For you, creative superstar, you're a mystic. Another way I can say this is you're a muse. And so that's where that creativity is just, you're an attractor for it. So utilize it to attract abundance for you too, by allowing your clients to see and your followers to see you behind the scenes. Loving alchemist, you're a magician. You can create gold out of thin air. Start doing it. Just say yes. It will make you and your world and your client's world, and thus the world itself, a better place. So again, as always, thank you so much for listening and sharing with friends. And until next time, happy soul tidings. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more ways to use the stars strategically to align with your soul purpose, reclaim your power, and increase your prosperity. Please rate and review your favorite episodes, and remember to check out my website at kimwoods.com for my latest forecasts, articles, and offerings. To find out your intuitive success signature, take my 12-question Do You Know, Like, and Trust Yourself quiz and find out how you're living your stars at yourstarmaptosuccess.com. I've so enjoyed our time together, as it's filled with the power of the stars plus strategy to clear the pathway to your success. Until next time, happy soul tidings.